Hello guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we are going to talk about C Sharp. C Sharp is general purpose multi-paradigm programming language. C Sharp encompasses static typing, strong typing, actually scoped, imperative, declarative, functional, generic, object-oriented, class-based, and component-oriented programming disciplines. C Sharp was designed by Anders Hejlsberg from Microsoft in 2000s, um, and was later approved as an internal standard by ECMA in 2002. In and ISO, Microsoft introduced C Sharp along with the .NET Framework and Visual Studio, both of which were closed source. At the time, Microsoft had no open source products. 4 years later, in 2004, a free and open source project called Mono began, providing a cross-platform compiler and runtime environment for the C# programming language. A decade later, Microsoft released the Visual Studio Code, Roslyn compiler, and the UNICEF.NET platform, the software framework, all of which support C# and are free, open source, and cross-platform. Mono also joined Microsoft but was not merged into .NET. Design goals. The ECMA standard lists the design goals for C#. The language is intended to be a simple, modern, general-purpose, object-oriented programming language. The language and implementations thereof should provide support for software engineering principles such as strong type checking, array bound checking, detection of attempts to use uninitialized variables, and automatic garbage collections. Software robustness, durability, and program reproducibility are important. The language is intended to use in developing software components suitable for the deployment in distributed environments. Portability is very important for source code and programmer, especially those already familiar with C and C++. Support for initialization is very important. C# is intended to be suitable for writing applications for both hosted and embedded systems, ranging from the very large that use sophisticated operating systems down to the very small having dedicated functions. Also, C# applications are intended to be economical with regard to memory and processing power requirements. The language was not intended to compete directly on performance and size with C or assembly language. During the development of the .NET framework, the class libraries were originally written using a managed code. Compiler system called it Simple Managed C. In January 1999, Anders Hejlsberg formed a team to build a new language at the time called COOL, which stood for the C-like object-oriented language. Microsoft have considered keeping the name COOL as the final name of the language, but thus uh, choose not to do the trademark reasons. By the .NET project was published announced in the July 2000s, Professional Developers Conference, the language had been named C# and the class libraries and ASP.NET runtime had been ported to C#. Um, Hedge Hedgesburg is C-Sharp's principal designer and lead architect at Microsoft and was previously involved with the design Turbo Pascal, Embarcador Delphi. Uh, in interviews and technical papers, he has started the flows in most major programming language, draw the fundamental of the common language runtime, which is in turn draw the design of the C# language itself. James Gosling, who created Java programming language in 1994, and Bill Joy, who co-founder of Sun Microsystems, the originator of Java called C# and imitation of Java, Costing Forces said that C Sharp solved our Java reliability, productivity, and security. The latest Klaus Curve and Angelica Langer, authors of T++ Stream book, stated in a blog post that Java and C Sharp are almost identical programming languages, borrowing repetition that lack innovation. Hardly anybody will claim with Java or C Sharp are revolutionary programming languages that change the way we write programs, and C Sharp borrowed a lot of from Java and way snares. So now the C Sharp supports boxing and unboxing. We will have a very similar features in Java. In July 2000, Hagesberg said that C Sharp is not a Java clone and is much closer to C++ in, in its design. Since the release of C Sharp 2.0 in November 2005, the car C Sharp Java language has been involved on increasing uh, on increasingly divergent trajectories, becoming two quite different languages. On one of the first major departures came with the addition of generics to both languages with vastly different implementations. C Sharp make use of realification to provide first-class generic object that can be used like any other class with code generation performed at class load time. Furthermore, C Sharp has been added several major features to accommodate functional style programming, culminating the LINQ experimentation released with C Sharp 3.0 and its supporting framework of lambda expressions method, and anonymous types. These features enable C Sharp programmers to use functional programming techniques such as closure when it's adventurous to their applications. The C Sharp used uh, to have a mascot called Andy named Anders Hagelsberg. It was retired on January 29, 2004. C Sharp was originally submitted to the ISO subcommittee GTS, and the ISO was withdrawn and was approved under ISO uh, withdraw under uh, Microsoft first used name C Sharp in 1988 for the variant of the same language designed for incrementation compilation. The project was not completed, but the name lives on. So guys, I think it's enough for today. Thank you for attention. Goodbye.